Alrighty, today we're going to be reviewing a new harmonica I bought a couple weeks ago in Osaka. Uh, Anytime I'm, outside of Kobe, what I like to do is I like to find some instrument stores, see if they have any harps I haven't seen before, unusual keys, makes and models I haven't seen in a while. And what I got my hands on was the Tombo Aero Reed. So, Tombo, if you're not familiar, is a Japanese company. They've been around. I should have done this research before I started making the video. When did they come out? Sometime around 1917. So that was 1917, old name. You may be familiar stateside. They're the guys who make the Lee Oscar harmonicas. A lot of people don't realize this is a Tombo thing. So if you ever look on the back, you see Tombo, Japanese for dragonfly. So another thing with Tombo is they also make the Major Boy, which looks pretty much just like a Lee Oscar. I really like the Major Boy. I wasn't too keen on him just because Tombo in general, because I played Honer a lot prior to moving to Japan. And the technique you use for a Tombo is going to be a little bit different. Same thing with Suzuki's, but as I've lived here a little bit longer over the past few months, I've gotten used to Japanese harmonicas and how to approach them differently. So yeah, I found this. This is the Aero Reed. It looks, trying to think of, you want to look at it like dimension wise, it's kind of similar to a Special 20. I'd say it looks a little bit more in terms of curvature. It kind of has like a marine band ish curvature. It has a very similar profile to something like the Suzuki Manji, or even, well, this one's a little bit scuffed up, but yeah, you can see very similar side profile there. But what makes this one interesting is I have lots of different harmonicas. Most of them have ABS polymer combs. Some of them have wood combs. Some of them have bamboo combs. My Suzuki Manjis, and something I like about the Manji, this is slowly becoming one of my favorites, is it is a composite of ABS and wood fiber, so you get non-swelling properties of ABS combined with the resonant qualities of wood. So I think that's really smart. But this one, it has a steel comb. So yeah, whoa. So as you can see, we just very minimal design, no numbers even on the holes, just Tombo on the bottom. I think this is probably, let me get the case here actually. So as you can see, I got this used. Here's the case it came in. This is key of B. Surprisingly common key for blues harps in Japan. I don't know why. Maybe people just like the key of F sharp here, which is weird because every blues night I've been to where I play, we never play F sharp songs or C sharp minor songs. One of these days I'm gonna have to recommend we do it because I like B harps. I like how they handle. It's kind of the best of both worlds between a C harp and a B flat naturally. So yeah, I'm gonna be doing a quick. Let's just talk about this. I got this for about 3,000 yen at a used instrument shop. I was a little bit skeptical about the quality of this because, it's used. And usually what happens if these are used well enough, you may have to end up doing a lot of modifications. I know when I got my B flat my D flat harp is a used one as well. So I deep cleaned this as soon as I got it. I deep cleaned this one as well. A big problem I had with my Pro harp was the air tightness wasn't quite all there. So I had to take a whole day and pretty much reed gap this thing to make sure it plays the way I want it to. I kind of ran into a similar problem with the Tombo Aero Reed, but something I notice about Tombos is usually the responsiveness is never an issue. The biggest issue I had was just, I'll even just show you, because sometimes if you do a lot of bending and then try to do a blow note, a reed will stick, it'll choke. Could be technique, could be something with the air pressure, I don't know. No, hold on. It's not doing it now. Bad luck anyhow. Yeah, sorry, this is not a good review. I'm not doing a script or anything. So something that's kind of interesting here, I'll compare it. I have one more B harmonica. This is a Special 20. Got that in Osaka as well a few months ago when I first moved here. So something that's kind of interesting between the two is tone quality. Part of that is just the comb material. Something I noticed, there's a bit better volume on the Special 20. So it's really projects. I don't know if you can see it through the video, but this thing projects. And then you can kind of compare that to the Aero Reed. It's got a bit more of a, I'd say it's like it's a brighter sound, but it doesn't project quite as well. And the Special 20 is just a little bit more responsive. In addition, I don't know if it's because it's older, but like other Tombos I have, like the Major Boy, this is an E flat. This thing is very responsive. This thing, I don't know, this Aero Reed, it's just not as responsive as I would like it to be. And again, something else that happens sometimes, middle range is surprisingly weak. You can't vamp very well. It doesn't, all the notes, they don't respond quite as easily as they do on this bad boy, And that's just something honers are better at. They get that big fat sound. This is better, I'd say, for single notes, but something that I find very useful with a lot of Japanese harmonicas, in my experience, they tend to work a lot better for single notes than if you're doing chords or multiple notes at once. Honers are a bit better just because they have that kind of like fatter, raspier sound. These have a bit more of a clean sound to them. Something that I find especially useful for these, if you're trying to do, just a chord, is start with a single note and then bleed in to a full chord, and you kind of circumvent that. Like instead of doing this, you can notice a couple of those reeds, they aren't responding the way they should. So what I find useful is start with a 2-draw bend, and then you kind of can cheat it. You get a little grace note in there. So that's kind of a way to circumvent it. I don't know. It's the bottom octave, not as responsive as I'd like it to be. There's a little bit of a delay. 5 blow is also kind of giving me a problem. I deep cleaned this again today. Still giving me issues. Reed gapping it, still giving me issues. It's just not as responsive as I like them. But it is what it is. I'd say for just 3,000 yen, it's pretty good. Something else that's also kind of an issue for me is the comb material. Now, I've heard a lot of people, I've heard some people apparently like the coating on these steel combs some people have allergic reactions to them. That is not the case for me. Another thing people say is like, oh, be careful with steel comb harmonicas, you could break your tooth. It's like, I mean, come on, dude. How are you doing that? I don't know. It just sounds clumsy. An issue I have is it's oddly cold against my lips and tongue whenever I'm playing this thing. It's weird for me because prior to this I've only played with ABS and wood combs, so this is a bit weird. I also imagine if you're really big into tongue blocking, this would be really odd because it's cold to your tongue. So if you're doing a yeah, okay, it's not being responsive now. There we go. Yeah, it has a metallic taste, and it's not pleasant. It's like licking a coin. That's just a personal preference of mine. I would prefer not to taste a coin. I'd prefer the taste of pear wood or lacquered bamboo or even just plain old plastic. So yeah, let's do a really good sound comparison, and you can just hear it rather than hear me ramble about it. I'm going to be playing a song, F sharp, Stevie Ray Vaughan's Texas Flood. So we're just going to play along with this. I'm going to switch between the Aero Reed and the Special 20, and we can kind of see what we like about it, okay? Aero Reed. Let me see if I can do the warble better this time. Okay. Let's see if this thing can overblow. It's a bit of a struggle. Compare that to the B. So let's do some blow bends here. Let's see how it does for the upper octave. Do a little. Okay, so let's see, can we get some good blow bends on this? Okay, not quite there. I'm gonna see if I can warble on this better. My lips are not used to just all metal. Yeah, okay. I think that's enough Stevie. So yeah, I mean, you can judge what which one sounds better to you. Yeah, because I've reed gapped both of these. Actually, I haven't reed gapped this one really. I'd say this one I was surprised I was able to overblow on this thing at all. It was not easy compared to my B. And I don't hit it 100% of the time. This one, the blow on hole 10. Holy cow, I don't think that's really possible. I'm going to have to modify that one a lot. It's not consistent the way it is on a Special 20. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not huge fan of this. It might be down to technique. I'm not a huge fan of it just yet. It's going to take a while for me to really like this thing, but hey, I found it used. If you like metal combs and you're a tongue blocker and you don't mind the taste of the metal against your tongue, I guess go for it. For my money, though, I still prefer the Special 20. Over and out.